Okay, let's go to Erin O'Toole,
Oh, no.
please.
From Nuggets to O'Toole. Fire away.
Yeah. Speaking of no nuggets. I knew you'd like that, David. Okay, so Erin O'Toole, former leader of the Conservative Party, former member of Canada's military, in fact. Anita Anand is deciding that she is not going to run for the Liberal Party leadership. So, is David dying?
Sorry.
Oh, goodness. Can we cut David's mic so we don't have to hear him retching for life? Are you okay?
Okay. It's one of those, the Danny Thomas line, my uncle from Cleveland's in town, where, in the midst of a sip and just hearing you read O'Toole's tweet again, it just triggered me all over again. I apologize to you, Sheila and Efren and our viewers, but continue,
it's okay.
Khaleesi.
It gives me a little bit of a touch of the dry heave, too. So she's decided that she is not going to run for the Liberal Party leadership. They're all doing this sort of performative nonsense where they're saying that they have discussed a potential leadership run with their friends and their allies and their supporters, but they have decided that it is just going to be just too much of a burden on them. And they would like to thank you for the support that you actually didn't give them, their imaginary support. And so they're all issuing these very bizarre letters. Now, Anand was, of course, at Defense, and Erin O'Toole weighs in and says, I saw the dedication that Anita Anand brought to national defense at a time when it was desperately needed. She cared deeply about the CAF, their families, and the need for Canada to do more. I wish her fair winds and following seas. What the heck is he talking about? She gave the military a crisis of recruitment, a crisis of retention, and tampons in the men's room. That's what she did. She gave us soldiers using food banks. That's what she did. So she might have cared deeply, but I don't think she did a damn thing for the military. And she was part of the current decade of darkness that's happening in the Canadian military. It's just a disgrace that Erin O'Toole would say those sorts of things.
So, Sheila, the question arises then, is Erin O'Toole a closet woke liberal, or is he mentally ill? I don't know. I mean, I think back, was it last January or the one before, the very first essay he put out there, which had him mocked savagely, was he was campaigning against those F Trudeau flags. Yeah, you know what? Because even though the whole country has, well, I won't go there, but has been hard done by, shall we say, Justin Trudeau, Erin O'Toole thought this was a little vulgar, this was a little too risque. I mean, what was this guy doing in the Conservative Party in the first place?
Like I said, if you are happy that Erin O'Toole is no longer leading the Conservative Party of Canada, stop a trucker today and thank them.
Yep.
Because if it were not for the Freedom Convoy and Erin O'Toole's inability to see that the parade was marching and jump in front of it and lead it, he would still be the leader, and Justin Trudeau would still be miles high in the polls because the Conservatives were not bringing something decent to the table as an alternative. So thank you, Trucker, for Pierre Poilievre.
That is an excellent point, and it is my rebuttal to those lefties that say, oh, you and your so-called freedom convoy, they always put it in air quotes, 3 weeks of making our life miserable in Ottawa, and what did you accomplish? What did you accomplish? And I go, what you just said. We took out the fake trash. We took out Erin O'Toole, the fake conservative, the real dyed-in-the-wool woke liberal. That happened exactly like you said because of his despicable performance in trying to have it both ways. So that is at least one tangible thing that happened. And you know what?
It's no small thing.
It's no small thing. And if that's the only thing, it was worth it.
Well, thread the needle.
Yeah.
Convoy gets rid of Erin O'Toole. That gives us Pierre Poilievre.
Yep.
Poilievre actually is a conservative alternative to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Poilievre does this in the polls. Trudeau does this. Trudeau resigns. You can thread the needle all the way back to the Freedom Convoy. All the way back.
Yeah. And Sheila, let us never forget, instead of going out on a path of glory, he meandered down a cobblestone road of, I guess, decrepitude, with Erin O'Toole going to the House to his fellow Conservatives. I'll be what you want me to be. Just give me another chance, man. Please. I couldn't even bear to watch it. It was so awkward.
Also, I have another big problem with Erin O'Toole, and that's who he decides to talk to. Yeah. He will not talk to conservative independent media. He would sooner have them arrested, much like a Liberal. He will go on the podcast of Nate Erskine-Smith, the vegan behind the pandemic bill, before he would talk to anybody from Rebel News. It's an absolute disgrace. That guy deserves to be in the dustbin of history, and he's putting himself there.
But wait 1 second, Sheila. You forgot something. It's the chronology. He was more than happy to speak to Rebel News and take part in the independent press gallery debate. Remember that? When he wasn't yet the leader. But once he became the leader, the mask came off.
Yeah, Andrew Scheer was a little bit like that too. I should tell you that Erin O'Toole is getting roasted by even Conservative Party members. So I know Jenny Byrne just absolutely roasted him for that. She's been great lately. I love her during the campaign period. She is just fierce and funny. But Todd Doherty, Conservative MP, he's really good on the issue of addictions and drug treatment. He's the Conservative MP for Caribou Prince George, one of the most conservative places in the country. This is so funny. He says, like Christy Clark, Erin O'Toole also bought a Conservative Party membership and pretended to be a conservative. Just stop. And they sat in caucus together. So that's beautiful. Good job, Todd.
Wow. Et tu, Brute.
Ew, good. Just, Todd, if you're watching, amazing.
We're funded by people just like you, so please support independent journalism and help us continue our work by subscribing and becoming a Rebel News Plus member today, right here on the page. Go to rebelnewsplus.com. Members get instant access to all of our shows, invitations to exclusive events, and access to our premium content like live event footage and documentaries you won't see anywhere else. Only Rebel News Plus members can join the conversation by participating in the comments section of our new website. That way you can have your say too. More than anything, though, you'll be able to take pride in supporting real, honest journalism, and you'll help our talented team continue to do the work to push back on the establishment. We really can use your help. We need it, in fact. So thank you, and enjoy Rebel News Plus.